Our services are about to begin, and our first speaker today will be Matt, and he's going to share some stories and share with you about Adam. Will Matt come forward, please?
I know a lot of you all know me as Adam's sponsor, or know me from recovery, but that is not what I'm here to talk about today. Anything that happened with recovery between me and him has nothing to do with me. It was a power greater than myself working through me to help me and Adam. What I am here to talk about today is my personal relationship with him, the person that Adam was to me, and the person that Adam was. Adam was more than a best friend to me. He was a brother. Adam was such a special and amazing human being, and I'm sure that everyone that ever came in contact with him knows that. I just wish Adam could have seen it himself. Adam helped me become the person I am today. He held me accountable on my mistakes just as much as I did his. He helped me build the business that I have today. He was so skilled at work. He could do anything he put his mind to. He made my job so easy. Sometimes he would just take over jobs and wouldn't let me do anything at all. Man, I miss those days working with Adam. They never felt like work. There's a lot of special moments that I can share with Adam through those working experiences that I will never forget. Adam was so good to my youngest son and to my family. And for that, I will forever be there for yours, Adam. So to the family, Jamie, friends and loved ones, and most importantly, his children. Man, he loved you guys. I will continue to pray for you all and do everything I can to be there for you. And I truly mean that. So please do not hesitate. I am only one phone call or Facebook message away. I have been taught that I need to find the gratitude in every situation. So the gratitude that I have found with the help of prayer and God today is that Adam no longer has to suffer physically, mentally, or emotionally. He no longer has to battle his demons. And that we all have a guardian angel in the form of Adam's spirit. I was truly blessed to be able to have him in my life and call Adam a best friend and brother. And I will never forget you, Adam. You will always live in my heart. I love you forever. Thank you all.
The day that Adam Latham entered into my life, I knew I had found my soulmate in my forever. He taught me so many things about myself and life. He was able to show me that even though we both came from damaged past, we deserve love, happiness, and each other. He and I shared a lot of first-time experiences together. We were blessed with being able to take our two oldest to the beach. Adam was the first boyfriend that my parents ever liked. They grew to love him as a son. Being with him, I got to watch miracles happen. He grew to be the son, the brother, the uncle, and most importantly, the father he was intended to be. As a couple, there were no steps in our home. His kids were like mine and vice versa. We accepted one another's past. He loved my son and my son adored him, just the same as I did with his children. There is not one thing that I don't admire about that man. The way he would reach his hand back to help anybody. He could make anybody smile at any given moment. That man worked his butt off to provide for us. That man is my best friend, my confidant, and my everything. Being with him, I gained an entire family. A family that will forever be mine. The last few days, all I've been able to do is sit and think of all the memories we've made and shared. It hurts tremendously and beyond comprehension that that's all they are, is memories. But that doesn't make the grieving or mourning process any easier. There are no how-to books, no YouTube videos or pamphlets or even a time frame to go by. I just know that my heart and my soul will forever belong to Adam Cody Latham. And this is for him. This is my love. What keeps me sane is knowing I have memories of us. The pictures captured only a glimpse, but my heart captured everything like a film recorder. I pray for you. I sit and ask myself why. Why couldn't I have been there? Why wasn't I there to help you? You gave me love and touched my life, but that's all over now. You no longer have to fight, babe. I look up at the stars at night to see which one is burning bright. I wish I could see your smile just once more. I can't get you out of my mind, but they say it will get better with time. I love you. I miss you. I just wish you were here. Losing you was my biggest fear.
Hello everyone, it's nice to see you all, even though we come together under terrible circumstances. With sorrow and confusion, I stand here in front of you today. Sorrow because I'll never see my cousin again. He'll never cut my hair, never make me laugh. His jovial, sarcastic nature. He had a wonderful way of making bad situations not seem so bad. It was incredibly good at providing advice and encouragement while mixing in an inappropriate joke or two. Confusion is here with me because try as I might, I can't make sense out of it. And for some reason, I think that if it did make sense, it wouldn't hurt as much, although I'm not sure that's true. Adam was a fighter, even though he lost this fight. It wasn't for lack of trying. Perhaps it would have taken him long ago if he wasn't such a strong fighter and didn't try as hard as he did. Let's not overlook all the hardship he faced during his time on this earth. His life was not easy, no walk in the park by any stretch of the imagination. And I'm not sure any of us would have been able to do any better in his situation. Probably would have handled it worse. When I first heard the news, I'll admit my first thought was, how could you do something so stupid? Especially after making such huge progress, going to meetings, being sober, working, spending time with his kids. All of this is a drastic improvement on how he lived some time ago. However, I quickly felt guilty thinking that way because Lord knows there have been a huge amount of moments in my life where my poor decision making could have been the end for me. I'm sure all of us here have either struggled with addiction of some kind ourselves, for me it's alcoholism, or have close relationships with people who have, which means most of us have barely dodged a bullet, no thanks to us. And it also means that while Adam made a mistake, it's one that we've all made before but somehow gotten away with. It would be a disservice to him and his memory to consider him a failure because of his last mistake, especially when it's one all, or at least most of us have made or will make at some point in our life. With that said, I'd like to say a few words about the true nature of Adam's character in order to bring to light who he was in life instead of focusing on his death. Adam wasn't without his faults like all of us, but he had amazing qualities we should all aspire to have. For instance, he never gave up even though life wasn't kind to him, and he powered through terrible tragedy that would have broken most people beyond repair. He owned his mistakes and tried to make the future better for himself, his family, his friends, and his kids, to which I think he succeeded, at least in part, if you consider where his life was compared to where it had been. Going so far as to own mistakes that weren't even his to begin with, like taking responsibility for things that were clearly out of his control. He was a hard worker and wasn't afraid to do what it took to provide for those around him. Just about every Facebook post I've seen him make was at work or about family. Laziness wasn't in his bones. He was caring, funny, and supportive in the face of tragedy, and he had a way of making people smile, even though the world around them didn't seem worth smiling for. I can almost hear him now, making an inappropriate joke just to lighten the mood. He was a good man who struggled with tragedy, and whose manner of death doesn't do justice for the person he carried himself as in life. He is much more than a statistic and should not be remembered for how he died, but instead should be remembered for how he lived, as a strong, caring, funny, supportive man who faced fear and tragedy head-on instead of hiding like a coward or blaming others. Nevertheless, sadly, for those left behind, he's gone now. Gone away to a place we will all eventually go, where he will finally be reunited with his mother, his aunt, and his grandmother, among others. A place where he can finally put down his sword and rest. I love you, cuz. Thank you.
Hey, I don't really know what to say. I only got to know my brother in the past year. I can say that he helped me through my hardest times during my pregnancy. I was able to call, and the man that he had become, he would answer. Every time, I can still hear him calling me dirty butt. I can still hear him telling me there's no reason to cry. I'm over dramatic. My biggest memory is when I got to meet Jamie. That was the longest I had ever got to talk to Adam. I got to learn about you, and I got to realize my brother wasn't judgmental. I got to see the happiness you gave him. And I appreciate you, Matt, and anybody else that rode this wave with my brother and helped him get to where he was today. Like I said, I don't have much to say, but I appreciate all y'all being here and the love and support that y'all did give him. Thank you. I must step outside now.
Cody, do you want to say anything?
Is there anyone else that would like to come up and say something?
Adam was my son when I loved him. He had a great heart, great spirit, loved his kids, and he loved Grandma more than anything. After his mom passed away, I took him under my wing at 15. And I appreciate everybody that has come. I know okay, some part of what he went through, because I was addicted. I've been clean since February 3rd, 2008. And I'm not judgmental of anybody. Just please reach out if you are struggling with anything. I love you, and I always will. That's such a good heart. Bye.
This concludes our service today. Or do you have someone else who wants to say something, I guess?
Yeah, that's a great one.
Some of you all know me, some of you don't. A lot of you don't, and I don't know you all. But Adam was a good friend to my grandson, Bobby Presley. Some of you all probably know him too, because they run around together a lot when they were in high school. But one thing about Adam that I always admired, that he never swallowed a stranger that he couldn't speak to, take up with. And I wasn't around him an awful lot, but he helped me build a little cabin in the woods, and that's where I lived. He put the roof on mostly, but he did a wonderful job. And last time I seen him, he gave me a big hug. And I thought how wonderful it was, because I hadn't seen him for quite a long time. And since he was like my grandson, Bobby Presley, he called him his brother for years, but that was his brother. And when I listened to you all speaking about him, I realized that you all too, all you guys think of him as your brother, and that's a good thing. But I don't have a doubt where he is. I don't have a doubt, and I think we'll see him again sometime.
This concludes our service here, I guess, now, and we exit out the front door, and the family will be the last ones to leave. If you all have not been able to see or need to watch this service again, it will be on our website, on the obituary, under his obituary page. So you'll be able to go back and look at it again. Thank you all for coming.